change your lives.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Peace on Earth Tour recap. The Peace on Earth Tour has been an amazing journey over the last 9 months, and I have some wonderful friends here with me that have been a part of that Peace on Earth Tour. So I would love to have each person introduce who you are and where you are. And I'll start with the lady right beside of me.
Me? Okay. I am 50 with the baby. I'm from warm island, New York. Warm Island.
Long Island, New York, and that is Christine Elizabeth. Thank you, darling.
And I'm Dr. Ruth Anderson, founder of Enlightened World Network. Terry and I are here in Colorado right now, and we've got a couple of land blessings to share with you from around here. So thank you. Thank you for being here.
Anytime, Ruth.
I'm Jean Lorio, or I'm known as Auntie Jean, and I was privileged to be at a couple of land blessings, one in New Mexico and one in Texas. I live in El Paso, Texas, and right now it's burning up here, so I hope you all are cool. And I'd love to talk about my experiences when it's time.
Yes, we will.
Hello, my name is Charlie and I'm here in Long Island, New York, and I'm Christina's dad, and this is my good friend, Erica.
Hi, we're here on Long Island, New York, and we were privileged to have a land blessing with Terry in early October.
And hello, everyone. I am Prince Fleet Easton. I'm coming to you from beautiful, sunny Palm Springs, California, where we had our land blessing in Desert Hot Springs, which is just on the other side. It's a town on the other side of Palm Springs here. And I am so happy to be here to be able to join you today for this wonderful celebration of unity.
My name is Lily Ortega and I live in Sacramento, California. And I was part of a land blessing that Terry did in Folsom, California, which is close to Sacramento. Yo vivo en Sacramento, California, y tuve la oportunidad de estar en una bendición de la tierra con Terry Angel en Folsom, California, que queda cerca de Sacramento. Y bienvenidos.
Gracias, Lily. Lily, you were also at Mount Shasta when we did the land blessing there.
That's true, Mount Shasta. So I went to Mount Shasta first. Yes, we did a beautiful water and land blessing there. And then after Shasta, we did this one in Sacramento. So yes, I attended 2 land blessings, Terry. I was blessed enough to do 2 land blessings with you and with other people who came with us. Yo tuve la oportunidad de hacer una bendición de la tierra con Terry y otras personas también en Shasta, California. It was fue una bendición de la tierra muy hermosa.
And the picture that Lily has behind her is an actual picture of the site where we did the land blessing and the water blessing there in Sacramento. So thank you. Thank you to all of you for introducing yourselves. So the Peace on Earth Tour is something that came about after years of hearing from my spirit guides that there was going to be a mission that I was going on. I had no clue what that looked like until I actually got on the road on September 11th of 2020, right in the middle of the pandemic. and the angels showed me at that point what the mission was, going from land to land in the States first. And there will be a connection between each site that is visited, where a stone is placed into the ground and the angels do a blessing for the land where that takes place. There have been 13 physical land blessings, and now there have been 2 virtual land blessings. And I'll have Ruth talk about the very first one, which was so special. And we're going to talk about the one that we just did yesterday globally. All over the world, people were able to connect in and do a virtual blessing wherever they were to light up that grid. And that's what I'm finding, is that it's a grid of energy that's traveling first throughout the states as we connect each of these sites. And I prepared a little presentation for you all. I'm going to be sharing my screen, and there's going to be a short video. It'll take about 5 minutes or so. And the person that you will hear singing on that video is our own dear Prince Fleet Easton. And when I was doing the land blessing there at Desert Hot Springs, I had asked Prince if he would sing during that land blessing. And Prince went to the extreme and wrote words to a very well-known song that we all know. And it turned out so beautifully. He wrote that just for the land blessing. So that's what I used to play with the video that's going to be shown. So let's just enjoy the video. I was going to have people read the peace quotes, but I think it's going to be something that is special enough that we can just enjoy the time together. Yes, Callum, can you mute everybody except for me, please? Is it that one? No. Where's the slideshow?
Standing here, kumbaya. We are standing here, kumbaya. We are standing here, kumbaya. Oh God, kumbaya. This is sacred land, kumbaya. This is sacred land, kumbaya. This is sacred land, kumbaya. Oh God, kumbaya. We will bless this land, kumbaya. Will bless this land, kumbaya. We will bless this land, kumbaya. Oh God, kumbaya. Now we say our prayer, kumbaya. Now we say our prayer, kumbaya. Now we say our prayer, kumbaya. We are standing here, kumbaya. We are standing here, kumbaya. Oh God, kumbaya. This is sacred land, kumbaya. This is sacred land, kumbaya. This is sacred land, kumbaya. Oh God, kumbaya. We will bless this land, kumbaya. We will bless this land, kumbaya. We will bless this land, kumbaya. Oh God, kumbaya. Now we say a prayer, kumbaya. Now we say our prayer, kumbaya. Now we say our prayer, kumbaya. Oh God, kumbaya. We will hear our prayers, kumbaya. We will hear our prayers, kumbaya. We will hear our prayers, kumbaya. Oh God, kumbaya.
Okay. How did we like that? I had so much fun putting that together and finding the pictures and something that would represent the presence of all of you that were there at the land blessing. And Prince, thank you. Thank you for that song, for the energy of it, for the words, because it is all of us. It's our journey of healing. And I would love to hear about your experience when the land blessing happened and what it feels like now. What does it feel like where you're at? Did it make a difference? Earlier this week, I believe it was just yesterday even, there was one of the programs through We the World that asked the question, can one person make a difference in the world? And I don't feel like it's just me because I have every one of you when I go forward and we are a difference. So I'd like to just open it up and see who would like to share if you feel like the land blessings have made a difference.
Happiness and joyful and thankful we did it for it. I'm now way will meditate my orphan. See? And now I have a solar lamp in my bedroom and we can meditate.
That is so beautiful, Christine. So this opened you up to meditation and to becoming more aware of spiritual things. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'll share. It was just an awesome experience when we originally went there with Terry, and it was just like, wow, amazing. And the site where we were is like the most beautiful part of it's like a nature trail that you walk, and there's all sorts of deer and bunnies and birds, and it's beautiful, and it overlooks like the sound. We have the Long Island Sound. It's on the North Shore. It's not on the ocean, which is the South Shore. And when we walked there that day, we didn't know the exact spot. And there's a place where everybody puts rocks, little rocks. They paint them and then people put them there. And there were two angels that we picked up on the way there that day. And I have photos from that day. I wanted to just show you. And actually, there's the two angels that were, and that's the feather. And I went there. We went there 2 days ago, and I want to show you. The feather's still there, and that's from October, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We went through the winter, the snow, all kinds of stuff here.
Yeah. And
we just took a picture on Wednesday when we went back.
Yeah. Of course, I won't be able to find it, and it was just it was right here. Let me
It's
here, there.
Right.
And there's the feather. And how ironic that it went through the whole winter and it's still standing right there. So I just wanted to share that. And it was so beautiful that, and we walk there, whenever we can, we just, go up there and take a walk. So, and it's so peaceful. So anyway, we want to thank you, Terry, for doing it.
Absolutely. That was which one were you? The fourth land blessing?
Yeah, I think it was the fourth, right? Yeah, and we were there Wednesday, and I seen one deer, and I said, "Oh, I'm going to see 3 deer."
Yeah.
And I seen the second one, and then there was no third one, and then I said, "I'm going to see one before I got home." And before I got home, I seen the third one. It wasn't right there, but it came. So anyway.
And that's a big part of the land blessings. This is what Spirit has shown, that it's not just for humans, it is for every energy that inhabits the earth.
And like you said, with the energy, for the more we raise it, we raise other people. So, and I truly believe that. That's like the other day, I went to the supermarket. I just was making dinner and I needed some onions. I ran in, got onions, come out. And then there's a basket and it got roses in it. Sitting next to my car. So 10 roses. The angel sent them for me. For Erica. So Erica got roses.
Erica got roses.
Yeah, so.
Thank you for sharing. Erica, did you want to say anything?
I just wanted to say how grateful I am to have been part of it, and selecting the spot, and just how wonderful the whole thing was, bringing the peace sign, and all of us just going there and just, you know, and that we still have that spot that we can go to. I mean, it weathered the winter, like the markers from the angels, they wore out, but that feather is still there, and we were still, you know, able to find the spot. And, you know, it's just a great thing. And we can't wait till you come back again.
Yep, I can't wait with you, Tilly.
We'll be back soon. Thank you. Thank you for sharing from New
Thanks.
York. It was a beautiful experience there. And when I come back that way, I'm going upstate New York. So there may possibly be another land blessing. So there'll be 2 different sites at your state. Thank you.
Well, maybe you could do another one here on Long Island too, on the South Shore, or, you know, Montauk. Long Island's a big place.
Yep, yeah.
We'll
And we're
definitely-
hoping you'll stay with us longer this time.
I will, I promise.
Yeah, you baby with him.
Okay, all right.
Let's move on and see who would like to share next.
Well, I think you need to come and do another one in Texas because it's a very big state. No, seriously, it's huge. And the part that we did it in it's a glorious spot, but you know, it's very different from the east part of Texas, and you need to see that. There's our motorcycle. Can you hear it? We have a lovely motorcycle. The place where you did the Texas land blessing is a national monument, and it's where the ancients, the very ancients lived. And there's all kinds of pictographs and artifacts there. And the land blessing it just fit in. It was so beautiful and sacred. And there are canyons and rocks, mostly rocks. It's a wonderful rock climbing place. And when you played that singing bowl and it echoed off those rocks, it was just so beautiful. And I really felt like it belonged there. I felt like it was just part of what has been there for the spirituality that's been there for centuries. And of course, it did get us a little bit in trouble because I found out we got off the path, but you know, it was okay. It was wonderful. And then in New Mexico at the Lincoln Forest, it's such a different thing. It's beautiful with trees and forest, and our stump was so special, and it had a little hobbit hole. I like to call it a little hobbit hole where we did the land blessing, and it was in the shape of a heart, and it was just beautiful. And I just recently went back there last week, I guess it was, and it still has that beautiful spiritual feeling. You can feel the angels coming in. When she calls them the angels, you can feel them coming in at the land blessing. And I noticed, if I might say, I did a land blessing of my own yesterday. I knew you all were doing the virtual, and I planned on it, but I kind of missed it. But anyway, I did ours here. And as soon as I called in the angels, it was like at the land blessings, the wind just picks up. You just feel this energy come in, and the wind just blows, and it was just beautiful. And anyone who is anywhere near a land blessing, please go, because it just changes your heart somehow. You just feel so part of everything, so part of the world and the nature and the divine, and I can't say enough. It really changed me. And I think everyone should experience that. I'm sorry, I always talk too much, but it's so
Beautiful.
beautiful.
And Jean, I think the land blessing that was done in Texas was the first time that I almost got in trouble. No, that was the second time. Jean is always praying that I will stay out of trouble when I do these land blessings. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. And welcome to Susie Koff. Thank you for joining us. And Prince, I think you raised your hand.
Oh, me? Oh, yeah. Oh, actually, I was gonna. We are standing here, ooh, kumbaya. We will bless this land, kumbaya. You will hear our prayer, kumbaya. Oh God, kumbaya. I was just singing along with it while it was playing. It was just, well, I was going to say, you know, when I knew you were going to do this, that was the first thing that came to my mind was I need to find something, a music that would be appropriate for this. And I need to write lyrics for it. And that was just something that wasn't even, it just happened. It was just divinely guided. But it was a wonderful experience when we were standing up on that ridge up there, and the wind was blowing, and we were communing with nature, and it was a wonderful time, and it was wonderful having you there, especially for our service and all. It was a wonderful day.
Thank you. And I know Sharon was planning on being here with us today. But would you please talk about the peace poll that was there?
Oh, yeah. Well, you know what? Did Sharon tell you what happened? Somebody twice has taken the flags. Twice they've taken the flags. And so they said, please don't replace them. And so, but we know that they are there in spirit, and they were placed there with love and grace. And even if we can't see them visibly, they're there spiritually.
Yes, they are. And they're in the video. So
yes.
If anyone would
so
like
they'll always be there.
Yes. If anyone would like to see that peace poll, that we placed the prayer flags on that pole while we were doing the land blessing that day, you can go to peaceonearthtour.live. All the videos from all the land blessings are there. Thank you, Prince. It was such
you're very, very, and thank you for the beautiful tapestry and the things you said. Those were gorgeous. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. So much love. Okay, who's next? Lily, would you like to share?
Yes, Terry, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, okay. I would like to share some words before I share about my experience of the land blessing and an example of something that happened after the land blessing. So I believe that world peace won't happen until we grow inner peace on an individual level, like one person at a time. And if we really want to start building a better and a kinder world from the inside out, there are small ways. We can start with just little small ways to spread peace every single day. I would like to read some words from Dalai Lama. We need to take action to develop compassion, to create inner peace within ourselves, and to share that inner peace with our family and friends. peace and warm-heartedness can then spread through the community, just as ripples radiate out across the water when you drop a pebble into a pond. So one of the best ways to spread peace in the world is, I think, to recognize our own capacity, our own ability to bring peace into the little things we do every day. Like each small pebble that we drop into the pond of the world of humanity, it will radiate out into the world with full potential. And we have talked about this before, and Terry has shared this before, examples of the way that we can bring peace into the world is smiling, just smiling at strangers, doing gratitude daily as a practice, bringing intention to our conversations. Like when there are conversations that are getting like negative, we can like redirect the conversation to something more positive without blaming and shaming, for example. And another way could be also meditating with purpose, because we all know that meditation helps us go deeper and develop inner peace. So, these are just a little examples that we all know that we can put in place to ripple and to radiate more peace in the world. And my experience in the land blessings, well, it was beautiful. Mount Shasta is a place that I keep in my heart. And being there with Terry and the people who were present was just an amazing experience. I remember Terry at the end of the land blessing, all the emotion that she was feeling. And I remember she sat down. She went to the ground and she just sat down. I think all the experience was so beautiful and overwhelming that, well, she has shared this before, how she felt, but it was just beautiful, the whole experience there. And then here in Folsom, California, we were guided, just like everybody has shared. Charlie said how they found the place for the land blessing in Long Island. Here, we found the place the same day. We just said, Terry said, let's follow the angel's guidance. And then we said, we go straight here, and then we go left, and then boom, we found the spot, and that's where we did it. And the people that were there in the land blessing also, they were beautiful. They share a meditation before the land blessing where connected us to Mother Earth and to the masters and to the angels and to the universe and everything. It was beautiful. And then we started the land blessing with this song that Terry told us is beautiful. It's called "The Earth is our mother. We must take care of her. The earth is our mother. We must take care of her." So we started with that and drums in the background. So it was beautiful to start like that. Yes, and everything else unfolded really beautiful, like with Terry's words guided by the angels. And then at the end, we were moving our body, just following the music that we had and dancing. Yes, nothing was really planned. We just, as we always do, we just went with the flow. And after that experience, it took me probably 2 weeks to adjust to be at home. I remember I wanted to be outside. I felt I just want to be outside. I wish I could maybe just sleep in my backyard every day. I just felt so connected with nature that I really didn't want to be in my house. So that's something new that I experiment, because I like to be outdoors, but this time when I was indoors, I wasn't happy. I felt I wanted to go out. So I felt that my connection to nature increased and like deepened. So that's something that I remember. And something also that is important that I realized that expanded was my ownership, my responsibility, and my commitment to take care of Mother Earth. It really expanded. I felt truly a commitment to take care of our planet and to do what I can with my single action every day to take care of our planet, of our beautiful Mother Earth that gives us gifts every single day for free. They are all free. And I am just gonna always say that I honor that site where I did the land blessing. I go once a month and I do prayers and meditation, and I pray for Terry and our journey of healing and everybody connected with this, including Enlightened World Network and Angelic River family and all of us. So I do my meditations and prayers there once a month. And lastly, I want to say, a simple example of something that happened around this area to me after the land blessing. I went to the beach, which is about an hour from where I am, but the land blessing expands far away, so I could have gone farther. So I was there and I was just enjoying my moment, looking at the ocean, looking at the sunset that was beautiful, and just staring at the picture that I was watching in front of me. And I was staring at everything that was happening around me. Like there was a person in front of me just watching also the ocean, looking down, staring at the sand, and she was dancing. And that's all she was doing. Like the whole time I was there, that's what she was doing, just enjoying the moment. And then I look to the left and I see a group of people all enjoying their time in the ocean. And yeah, again, just enjoying that moment together. And then at the end, there was a lady there was a lot of people, and there was a lady who walked behind me, and I was not making eye contact with her. I was looking at the ocean. But when she walked behind me, she said, "Isn't this beautiful? Isn't this amazing?" And then I just looked at her and I said, "Yes, this is beautiful. I am enjoying this so much." And that's the way we connected. So yes, I wanna say thank you to to Terry and everybody who has made this possible, because being part of the land blessing definitely has been transforming to me in my personal life. So thank you. And I know Ruth Anderson and Enlightened World Network have been supporting Terry, Angelic River family, people who are here in the Zoom room and people who are not in the Zoom room, everybody who is supporting our journey of healing. I want to say thank you. Gracias, gracias, gracias por la experiencia tan hermosa. Thank you.
Oh, Lily, thank you. That was so beautiful. And Lily, thank you also for being a part of the Mount Shasta land blessing, but also at Mount Shasta, Kirillani joined us and did a water blessing at the headwaters there at Mount Shasta. And what she explained to us is that water that ran from the headwaters met up with the river right there where you live in Sacramento, and then that flows into the ocean. And as we know, all the oceans connect up. So that blessing that she did, and that was part of the land blessing there, has gone worldwide. So thank you for being a part of that. And I loved your experience at the beach. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank
So
you.
beautiful. So both Susie Koff and Dr. Ruth Anderson were at the Colorado land blessing, the physical one that was done. Would one or both of you like to share about that one?
I'm going to start, but then Sue, I'm hoping that you'll talk about the one in Allen's Park. So what folks don't know, first of all, is that these land blessings is Terry walking her sacred soul's calling. And we're just lucky enough to get to be part of it. There's always a backstory behind every land blessing. When Terry was out here in Colorado and we were talking about where to go for the land blessing, and it was always, let's just check in with the angels and, not getting an answer. So we're not doing it that day. And then this one particular day, Terry got a very clear answer that we were supposed to head in a particular direction, take this road, head up there. It was about an hour and a half away. And so we drove and it just wasn't feeling right and couldn't find a spot. It was up in sort of steered towards Fort Collins. And it just wasn't right, And we kept getting diverted. And it was, oh, go over here. Well, we went there and it wasn't right. And then we heard, go to this restaurant, went to the restaurant, had a little snack. And then we heard, okay, go down this road. And we're thinking, what? Why are we doing this? I mean, clearly we're not doing the land blessing today. Why are we doing this? As we came down this major road, all of a sudden the traffic was stopped. And there was, I don't know, 2 ambulances and several police cars and fire trucks. It's out in the middle of nowhere. And Terry and I, we just stopped and we thought, we were supposed to be here at this moment. And that's what it took for us to get there, was to send us on this wild goose chase of, oh, we're going to do a land blessing, which never happened. And we stopped and we prayed for who was in the ambulance. And the message that came through so strongly, and it actually makes me want to cry, was that the person who was in the accident, it wasn't even an accident. Do you remember? It wasn't an accident.
It wasn't.
The person who was in the ambulance was dying and scared. And Terry and I stopped and we prayed for that soul. We got that it was a male, that he would have peace as he transitioned. And it was so profound in its own right. Well, then we didn't do the land blessing in Allen's Park until probably a week later. But how interesting that the angels used us at that particular time. And then Sue Seekoff helped to arrange for land blessing in Allen's Park. Sue, could you talk about that land blessing?
Yeah, we were on a private property. It was out in the woods where there's no Wi-Fi or phone, and it was really beautiful. There's a cabin on a pond, and Terry found the spot right in the in a group of aspen trees, and there was like a circle of aspen trees, and right in the middle we did the land blessing where she buried some stones and some prayers, and I was really grateful to be a part of it because it was so powerful for us to just have a moment to thank Mother Earth and to express our connection and to think about all of the land blessings and how we were connecting to the other ones and how we were all, unified, and just lovely day to be out in, the wilderness in Colorado, and also to be together and close and have something to share that was so deep. And so for me, it was just such an honor to share a prayer and to be able to express my gratitude to Mother Earth. And I was just grateful that we had that love and grace from Terry to be motivated to be there. And there were some friends that attended with us, but it was a small group and it was pretty powerful. I went back up to the site last weekend, and the flag is still there in the spot. There's a little American flag. It has no color on it anymore because the snow up there is like really high in the winter. And when we were hanging out later in the afternoon, a huge moose came with a full rack, and it must have weighed a ton. It was gorgeous. And it was in the back of the aspen forest, and it was nibbling on trees. And then it lied down. So for an hour, I was just fixated watching it. And then when it left, I walked over to see if I could find any signs of the moose, but I didn't really see much, except for they had broken some of the really tiny aspen trees so it could chew on it. So the limbs were broken down and you could see the leaves are gone. It's so cute.
Yeah. But the fact that that flag was still there, and the feather in New York. And, you know, this is just so amazing how the angels are protecting these stones because they're doing important work in what they're doing and connecting the energy underneath the land. When I placed the stone in Kentucky, there was a little fairy hole in the tree where it was placed. And so it's not very well covered. It has a little covering over it. But I remember setting the intention and asking the angels, please keep it safe there where it was, because anybody that came by could just like say, oh, look at that beautiful stone. That particular stone that was placed in Kentucky was in the shape of the state of Kentucky. It was so amazing. And I had shown it to Ruth, and she goes, isn't that clever of those angels to give you a So yeah, it's just confirmation that what's taking place is blessed, that it is divine, and that it's supposed to be. And we have our beautiful Reverend Sharon joining us, and we also have a couple other people I think that are waiting to come in. So I know Callum will let you in here so that we can have some more participation.
All right, Terry. Three of us were on the link that you sent in the you sent out. Three of us. One from Honolulu, Lynn, and then Bonnie Lee Michelson, and one other person was the link that was. And we were all on this link waiting for you. Amazing. I said, you never know.
We're here in divine time.
Good. So I said, I'm going to text her and private message her.
Yes, thank you for doing that.
So can I share about the virtual? So quickly, Archangel Michael had suggested I take my family on a quick couple day trip to Garden of the Gods in Colorado. And we did that, and the rest of the family slept, and I was wide awake at night because the energy from this particular mountain in front of our room kept me awake. And so I was talking with Terry, said I'd never experienced anything like that before. She was at Shasta at the time. And every Sunday we do a silent meditation together. And we both heard, no, this Sunday we should do a blessing in connecting the two mountains, the Garden of the Gods with Mount Shasta. And we did that. I was in a parking lot with my computer. You were up
California
in a parking lot somewhere. And it was so amazing. It was so strong. And we got the idea that we really should have a session where we bring in all of the mountain ranges together. And that's exactly what we did yesterday for Unity Week. We did a blessing. It was a blessing from, as well as a blessing to, the waterways, the trees, the mountains, and the crystalline grid. And we had folks across the globe. It was profound, connecting all of these different systems together.
Yeah, it was. And Jean had mentioned that she participated yesterday with that virtual land blessing, and I'm hoping that others did as well. You don't have to physically be in a location to set your intention, and the intention is so powerful as it goes forward. So thank you, Ruth. It was a beautiful experience, and it was felt so strongly when we did that virtual one. So I know there's going to be many more of those that come about. I would like to ask Reverend Sharon if you would like to share about the land blessing there. We've heard from Prince, but I would love to hear your words as well.
I don't see him on here. Okay. Are you there, Jer? Okay. It was a profound experience. It was just so beautiful. And right outside my home, there's a trail. And beyond the trail, there's like a little hill. And up on the hill is this pole. And at the top of the pole is the American, it's a tiny little American flag. So I thought that would be the perfect place to do the land blessing. And so we all walked across the trail and up the hill and all set our intention and, you know, did the prayers and the welcoming of the ancestors and the archangels and all enlightened beings to cleanse, purify, harmonize, balance, attune, and heighten the energy field. And then I did my Tibetan bells with my chant from the Gandhi Foundation. And Terry did the beautiful chanting and had the Cherokee, beautiful Cherokee chanting and the music, and Fleet sang beautifully. And then we blessed the land, and Terry buried the crystals that connected. The last place she had done the land blessing was in Solvang with Karen Palmer. And so did that connection. And it was just, we could just feel energetically as we looked out over the land. And I'm in the Coachella Valley, and it's where the Cahuilla tribe made their home. In fact, at the Heritage Center at the Village Green in Palm Springs, we had a peace pole installed. And it's the only peace pole that has the Cahuilla language, "May peace prevail on earth," on it. And in that energy that is moving out in waves of light. And it was just such a profound and beautiful moment. And I had peace flags, and they were not the Tibetan prayer peace flags, but they had like peace with a little, "Let there be peace on earth, let it begin with me." Then it had wisdom and beauty, and just lovely flags. And we wrapped them, one of our participants wrapped it around the pole and duct taped it on, and it was blowing in the energy. And we looked out and we could feel all of the ancestors and the energy of the Coachella Valley and that whole beauty of the sacred land entering the sacred hoop. All my relations, that oneness that lives and moves and has its being beyond time and space. Absolutely beautiful. And we could feel the ancestors, and we could kind of feel the energy looking out into the surrounding mountains, which I affectionately refer to as my Himalayas. And that was just so beautiful. And you all know that when we're about something, everything unlike that can show up. And shortly after that, and we've been doing our services in my home with, this is like essentially the backdrop of our Sunday service, these tapestries from India. And there on Easter, I had a gathering, and I have an outdoor chapel, complete with stained glass and the energy of light and love and truth and beauty. And on that Monday morning, immediately following Easter, I was taking some recyclables out, and a woman that lived in the area approached me and said that she had been robbed, that her security system and cameras had been taken down, which I was a little amused. But and perhaps these burglars came into our service on Easter, and I was very strong and just said, I know everyone that came in, and they're all very spiritual people. And we had a kind of an exchange, and it was at 7 a.m. I was really totally caught off guard, but I was very strong that no, only the energy of love enters my threshold. So she reported me to the board of the country club here, and they call it a country club. It's been here 80 years. It's like a mobile home park, and there's like, some are here for 80 years, you can tell, and others are here just, brand new. It's just, and I love that because I'm in it like this amazing cultural melting pot of, all nationalities up here on on the hill and looking out at my Himalayas. And I love that rural energy. And I received a cease and desist order from the board that I was conducting a business out of my home. That was on April 4th. On April 9th, 4 days later, the Supreme Court ordered that California, they ruled that California ministries may meet in their homes. So within 4 days, I have the highest court in the land supporting me. I did get a social justice attorney involved who's a friend of mine. And then I extended the olive branch to this person and invited her to brunch because I said I really didn't like the way our conversation went and I want to just extend this invitation, which she declined. And, you know, I look at everything unlike what we're about that surfaces, and I think of the Dalai Lama when the journalist said to him, after a third of his monks were killed by the Chinese, what do you think of this? Really kind of trying to incite him to say something. And he said, I have nothing but compassion. And every time I start to react or feel like there's an injustice, I know that we're called upon, let there be peace on earth. Let it begin with me. With God as our Father, united all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. That's the peace anthem that is sung at every New Thought ministry, center, and church internationally. And that song was written by a friend of mine. Her name was Jill Jackson, and her husband, Cy Miller, wrote that song. So I think of the Dalai Lama, and I feel that energy of compassion that we need to be tolerant of the intolerant, and that our country is pretty polarized. It really is interesting how that works. And I practice seeing through that appearance and sending out the light and the love and working on myself. And when I was in Africa speaking to 25,000 students and faculty at Madonna University with the chancellor who heard me speak in Oxford, England at St. Catherine's University and came to me and said, we have the same message. I said, great, that's wonderful. I spoke on world peace. And he told me about his World Peace and Reconciliation Center at Madonna University. Would I come? And I said, sure. We say yes to the adventure. And 8 weeks later, I was in Nigeria, and I was speaking on world peace and also accompanying the chancellor to his Peace and Reconciliation Center. This man founded 2 universities, a polytechnic college, 5 manufacturing companies. He has thousands of acres in this little, it's called Ilili, Nigeria, this amazing university. And I was just astounded by the work that he was doing and the fact that here is a Catholic priest, I'm a New Thought minister, I am not Catholic, to have me come twice a year to speak to his students. I thought, how ecumenical, how open, and how beautiful really is that. He had me even speak at his mass, do a reading, which that was in London when I was speaking at the School of, it's the School of African and Oriental Studies. And he had me come in there to speak as well. So I have been all over the world speaking on let there be peace on earth, let it begin with me. We can wave banners, we can go on peace tours, we can do all of the things and talk these things. We need to embody, we need to, as Gandhi said, be the change we want to see in the world. And Mother Teresa said she used to get up every day and address the little Hitler within her. And I thought, how profound. I mean, that ego part of us, can take off. So when I think of the Dalai Lama, I think of compassion. Let there be compassion on earth and let it begin with me. Let there be love on earth, let it begin with me. Let there be understanding on earth, let it begin with me. It all begins with each and every one of our consciousness that creates what? The collective consciousness, not to judge outside ourselves. And it's, I had a series of things happen after we did this land blessing. And I thought, great, it's a cleansing, it's a purification. And as we call in the angels, the archangels, and all enlightened beings to cleanse, purify, harmonize, balance, attune, and heighten the energy field, everything unlike that is going to bubble up. So we can react to it, looking outside ourselves, pointing the finger. Remember, when we point the finger, 3 fingers and the thumb are pointing back to us, the originator. And so it's a great opportunity to, when we have our land blessed, when we acknowledge energetically our oneness and our connection, that when I met with the president of the United Nations, this is Minnie, incidentally, she wants to get up. When I met with the president of the United Nations, the Honorable Carol Hansen from the Geneva, Switzerland, she's the first woman president of the United Nations in Geneva. And she said, there's there's patriarchy, matriarchy, and I have coined familyarchy. And I absolutely love that, because familyarchy, we're all part of the human family. The blood that courses through my veins is the same color of the blood that courses through your veins. And having been raised in domestic violence with my sister taking her own life, I recognize that if we want peace in the world, we begin with ourselves. And that great, beautiful Chinese proverb about when there is light in the soul, there is beauty in the person. When there is beauty in the person, there is harmony in the home. When there is harmony in the home, there is order in the nation. When there is order in the nation, there is peace in the world. But it starts with the light in the soul and the beauty in the person. And that's my message. So thank you for allowing me to participate and find you. I was just so glad I had the presence of mind to text a private message, because the others are on some other link, Terry. It's really interesting. I hope
Yeah.
they found this link. I did send it to them.
I had sent out the corrected link in email, and I apologize if that did not get to you, Sharon.
No, it didn't. It got, it was your original message on the private message is the link I followed, and they followed as well. So Bonnie Michelson was fascinating and shared a chant that the Dalai Lama's, he has like the Dalai Lama chanting group. And she shared that. And I said, I want you to get on Terry's Zoom so you can share it with, the other group.
Yes, I would love that. And I want to thank you. I really appreciate you sharing. And, the big part of the message is it has to begin with us. And we're going to do a declaration at the end of the show today, stating just that.
Beautiful.
I would like to ask Bonnie if you would like to unmute and share with us.
Is she here?
Yes, I am here. Thank you so very much, Sharon. You definitely helped me out to get over here.
Oh, good.
And what Sharon was referring to is I got to learn from one of the monk singers of the Dalai Lama what they considered their most important prayer. Of course, he was teaching it to us in Tibetan, and they taught us translations of each word. Afterwards, I presented what I put together and asked him, did I translate this okay? And he said, yes, this is the prayer. And I'm just going to say it. I don't think I'm going to be singing it, but it is a song. Give to the earth your warmth, for nature offers a path. From the summit of the mountain, the world can be seen in 4 directions. Illuminated by the sun, decorated by the moon, one who knows all is enlightened. Focus on that which is offered, and the soul within is enlightened. Now, enlightened, I am whole.
That's so beautiful.
It is beautiful. Beautiful words. Bonnie, thank you for coming on and sharing that. Amazing. And Bonnie, where are you located?
I'm in Colorado, and I do want to emphasize I'm just the translator.
Yes, thank you for that. Well, I'm in Colorado right now. I'll be here for just a little bit. I would love to be able to meet you if you're open for that.
Absolutely. Where in Colorado are you?
I'm in Erie, close to Boulder.
I know Erie well. Put in the chat how I can reach you after this.
Absolutely, I will do that. Thank you. And I would love to thank all of you for participating today. We are going to close with a declaration, but first I want to thank We the World for being a part of World Unity Week. And, you know, We the World is such a beautiful organization that collaborates and has so much going on other than peace. Peace is a huge part of it, but they also have 10 other campaigns besides peace. I am the coordinator for the peace campaign, so you're going to be probably hearing from me to do a lot of programs throughout this year that you might want to be involved in. You can learn about all of these campaigns at we.net. And I encourage every one of you to go check them out because it's such a beautiful organization headed up by Rick Ulfick. He is the founder of We the World. And we have been participating in World Unity Week throughout this entire week.
May I
And
just say that presentation you gave on the river, the mountain, the water, the trees was so beautiful. I
yes,
loved it.
that was inspired by the angels through Dr. Ruth Anderson.
No, it
And
was wonderful.
we have really enjoyed bringing that energy forward. It was a beautiful presentation yesterday. So we have a declaration that we make every night. I do chanting with the chanting family. Many of them are right here with us. So I will say the words, and if everyone would like to unmute, I'll say the words to this declaration. It's pretty simple and straightforward. And we declare this every night that there is peace on earth. And I fully believe that in my heart. We are coming to the point of opening our eyes and seeing this peace. When I travel around the country, I see it in people's faces. I hear it in their voices. I see it in the random acts of kindness that they do. So our declaration is we declare that there is peace on earth, and we declare that that peace begins inside of us. We
declare
There is peace on earth,
and we
and we
declare
declare that
peace
peace
begins
Inside
inside
of us. So it is.
and so
Oh,
it
it
is.
is.
let's let it expand out. You know, one of the things that I loved that Reverend Sharon mentioned is we can talk about peace all day. We've been on here for an hour talking about peace and sharing how it has affected us to be a part of something that is bringing more evidence of it into the world, more energy of it. But the real part that's important is to take action. So I would just love to do a call to action for anyone listening to these words, whether you're listening on the live stream or in the Zoom room or on the replay of this. I would love to invite you to do something. The whole theme of World Unity Week is let's do something. That is a call to action. So if peace is important to you, if you would love to see more peace in the world, then find out where you can get involved. You can go to we.net and sign up to be a part of the peace campaign and work with us to bring that through. You can go to peaceonearthtour.live and contact me to see if I can come to where you are and do a land blessing. If there hasn't been one, or even if there's been one in your state, there can be more because we did 4 in California. California is a big state, but anything is open. If you would like me to come to where you are, just let me know. You can get in touch with me at there on the website or at Terry, T-E-R-I, at angelspeakers.com. Thank you so much for participating today. So much love to every one of you. And the last words I want to say is what I always live by. Stay in your heart. Thank
Yep. See how I would away, bet.
you.